Hey guys, in today's episode, we will be discussing human capital and the three pillars holding it up. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Enjoy. All right, so we're diving into this idea of human capital as the rock solid foundation for financial freedom, right? It's all about building knowledge, skills, and experience from the ground up.
Yep, exactly. And it's not about some quick fix or lucky break. It's about a shift in mindset, discipline, sacrifice over the long haul, and investing in yourself, right?
Absolutely. Think of it like constructing a house. You wouldn't even start laying out the bricks without a proper foundation. And in human capital, that foundation is your mindset, your discipline, and yes, the sacrifices you're willing to make.
True.
It's like you start with the mindset, then up your game with real world skills and accumulate experience
Right.
over time. Without that base, even the best techniques might well crumble.
And it's interesting how this framework emphasizes that personal growth is deliberate. You deliberately invest time and effort, which is a far cry from relying on any sort of shortcut.
Exactly. That's the core idea. There aren't any cheat codes here. It's a slow, steady build. Start with mindset, add discipline, and then get into learning and refining skills. And the experience part, well, that one solidifies everything you've built so far.
You know what that reminds me of? Learning a craft or trade. You don't just pick it up overnight. You practice, you make mistakes, and you gradually refine your abilities.
Exactly. And just like in any career, failing early on is almost expected. You learn from those failures and they form part of your overall experience. It's all a part of the process toward reaching financial freedom.
Yeah, but I do wonder. Don't you think sometimes people might get too caught up in building skills and forget that the mindset part is just as crucial?
That's a fair challenge. If you focus only on skills without cultivating the right mindset and discipline, you might hit a wall. Without a robust foundation, all that expertise might not lead to the freedom you really want.
And it's that balance, isn't it? Balancing knowledge, skills, and experience with a disciplined mindset to really pave the way to financial independence.
Exactly. It's like crafting your own blueprint for success. Each element, knowledge, skills, experience, is a key brick in that foundation. Without any one of them, the whole structure might falter.
So in a nutshell, if you're aiming to be financially free, you start by investing in yourself first. Your mindset, your discipline, and then, step by step, your skills and experience.
Right on. And the beauty of it all is that this framework is accessible to everyone who's willing to put in the effort. It's not glamorous, but it's solid, much like the foundation of a well-built house.
Yep.
You know, there's this really compelling idea about the first pillar of human capital. It's not just about degrees or certifications. It's like the best knowledge comes from books, videos, and real-world experiences.
Yep. Right. It really highlights that formal education is just one piece of the puzzle.
Exactly. It's like education can be formal or self-directed, but the key is in recognizing that we have to sacrifice some short-term pleasures, less TV, limited social media, in order to invest in ourselves.
And that sacrifice really is the price of, obtaining great insights.
Absolutely. Think about it. While most folks might choose what feels easy and familiar, like binging shows, those who actually read and study are doing something different entirely, and that different approach builds depth.
Right? It's almost like if you're just doing what most people do, you'll end up just getting what most people get.
Exactly. It's like average results are the default if you don't push yourself beyond the ordinary. Knowledge really requires a deliberate change in habits.
Yep. So if someone wanted to really level up their personal capital, they should literally turn off the TV and cut back on social media, right?
Definitely. It might sound radical at first, but investing that extra time in learning is how you gain superior insights.
One could say that it's like building a strong foundation. Like, if you focus solely on instant gratification, you're building on sand.
Exactly. It's like if you keep choosing short-term pleasures, you'll just get shallow knowledge, and then you're stuck in the average lane.
Right? But here's a thought. Some might argue that these modern shortcuts, like social media, could also be learning tools. What do you say to that perspective?
I get that point, and it's valid to a degree, but I respectfully think that while social platforms can offer bits of info, they rarely provide the depth and discipline that comes from reading or immersive learning experiences.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's almost like you're more likely to miss those meaningful insights if you're just scrolling endlessly.
Exactly. It's like every minute could be better spent absorbing knowledge that actually builds your skills rather than just, entertaining you for a moment.
Right, right. So the takeaway is pretty straightforward. Invest deliberately in yourself and don't just follow what everyone else is doing.
Yup, it's really about making a conscious choice to prioritize learning over fleeting distractions.
Yep. And honestly, that small shift, turning off the TV and investing time in real knowledge, can completely change the game.
Exactly. It's not easy, but it's transformative. And that's truly the foundation of building valuable human capital.
Yeah. So, if you're looking for more depth in your life, it's time to rethink how you consume media.
Right on. It's time to invest in ourselves and pursue that deeper understanding of the world around us.
Absolutely.
It's really interesting how knowledge makes decision making so much smoother. The more you know, the easier decisions become, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like having a reliable roadmap for your future.
When you think about planning a degree or a career, it's not just guessing, it's armed with solid information.
Absolutely. And it's crucial to research job demand, pay, and requirements, especially before you invest in a degree. That's where resources like the Occupational Outlook Handbook come in
Right,
handy.
yes.
They give you that verified job potential info.
So it's like if you're considering a field, you can look up actual numbers and growth trends rather than just, taking a risk based on a hunch.
Exactly. And beyond just career decisions, knowledge saves you money and time. Think about learning basic car repair.
Yeah, that's a great example.
It's like if you know how to fix your car, you avoid the extra cost, or worse, the extra hours at work just to pay up for things you could have handled yourself. So in a way,
right.
knowledge actually gives you time back.
But how do you see that working overall? I mean, is it just about saving on repairs, or does it extend further into life decisions?
It's definitely broader. When you invest in knowledge, you're reducing the need to work extra hours because you're avoiding avoidable expenses. And that, in turn, means you can spend your time on more meaningful
I see that.
pursuits. It's like you build an efficiency bank with every bit of useful info.
That makes sense. But isn't it sometimes overwhelming to sift through so much data and research?
Sure, it can be, but once you get used to finding the right sources, like trusted handbooks or even industry reports, the process becomes more streamlined, and knowing which questions to ask is key.
Right. So, the more prepared you are with good information, the less you have to worry about unexpected costs or wasted time later, okay?
Exactly. And I would respectfully add, while some might argue that too much detail can paralyze decision making, the practical upside really is in mitigating risks and avoiding small, unnecessary expenses. It's definitely a trade-off worth making.
So in essence, as long as you're willing to put in the initial work to educate yourself, you'll not only make better decisions, but also free up time for what you love.
Precisely. In the end, knowledge isn't just power, it's time, money, and improved overall life efficiency.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's interesting how experience really stands out as the third pillar of human capital. It's like not just about having the book smarts and technical skills, but actually, applying them over time.
Right. It's that real-world trial and error. Learning what works and what doesn't. It's almost like sometimes you really have to get your hands dirty to understand the nuances.
Exactly. And this idea of experience developing naturally as you practice, yeah, it's very organic. You just pick up techniques as you go, and every misstep makes you a bit wiser.
Yeah, true. And then there's this whole idea of borrowing experience from others. Ever thought about how a mentor can practically save you time, money, and frustration by sharing their been there, done that insights?
Oh, for sure. Imagine if you could tap into someone's vast reservoir of lessons learned. It's like having a shortcut through a maze. Mentors who
Exactly.
have, been through the battles help steer you clear of pitfalls.
It makes you wonder, right, why do many businesses fail? The answer, as we've heard, is often a lack of human capital. If you don't have enough knowledge, skills, or experience, well, you're kind of setting yourself up for trouble.
Yeah, that's the crux. Experience isn't something you just magically get from reading a manual. It's honed through practice and interaction, and by emulating those who already succeeded, you avoid common pitfalls.
Right? Absolutely. Now, here's something I'm curious about. Would you say that relying purely on borrowed experiences might sometimes, I don't know, limit your own learning process? Like, if you always follow in someone else's footsteps, do you risk losing your creative edge?
That's a good point, and I would say while mentors provide a roadmap, it's crucial to adapt and innovate based on your unique context. You need to blend their learned strategies with your own experiences.
Yeah, definitely. It's almost like a chef using a trusted recipe but adding their own twist to make it unique, right?
Exactly. It's like a fusion of the tried and true and your personal innovation. And that balance is key in building robust human capital, which, if lacking, can lead, no doubt, to business failure.
Yeah, I see that. So, at the end of the day, nurturing experience through relentless practice and smart mentorship is what really sustains success in any venture.
Yep. And the beauty is that experience not only makes you better at what you do, but also builds the resilience required to navigate the messy unpredictability of real world
Absolutely.
business.
Really makes you appreciate the dynamic interplay of experience, skills, and knowledge in driving success, doesn't it?
It definitely does. And with that blend, businesses can avoid the collapse that comes from a lack of human capital.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like think of human capital as your long-term financial potential. Something that once you've built it, it compounds for life and nobody can just take it from you.
Exactly. It's built on what we know, our skills, and the experience we gather. That set of tools really forms our foundation.
Right. And it's wild to think that the more you invest in like yourself today, the more money you could potentially make tomorrow.
Yeah, but don't you think that's a bit oversimplified? I mean, building human capital gives you potential, but it's not a guarantee of financial independence, is it?
Sure. It's not like a magic key that just unlocks riches. It's really about creating the potential, and then you've got to learn how to apply that potential effectively in your life.
Exactly. It's much like having an incredible toolbox. You know it's super valuable, but if you don't know how to use the tools, well, they just sit there.
Yep, you nailed it. And there's also a big point about sacrifice today for freedom tomorrow. Basically, do what others won't so you can have what others don't.
I can see that. Though I do wonder, does that mean everyone should just sacrifice all they have? There has to be some balance, right?
Totally. Balance is essential. It's not about burning every candle at both ends. It's more like take calculated risks, invest in learning, in gaining practical experience, and let that pay off in the long run.
Right. And it's interesting to think that building human capital is almost like setting up a personal secret bank account that multiplies over time.
Yeah, like a snowball rolling down a hill. It starts small, but the more you add, the bigger and bigger it gets, and soon
Yeah.
it's unstoppable.
That really paints a picture. So essentially, financial freedom starts with investing in yourself. It's about continuous learning and evolving.
Exactly. It's about layering knowledge upon knowledge, like building a really strong foundation that lets you reach higher financial heights.
And that definitely challenges the idea that traditional assets are the only route to wealth. It's your own internal skills and experience that can open opportunities.
Absolutely. And what's cool is that human capital is dynamic. It doesn't just sit there, it's continually growing with every new skill, every lesson learned, every experience you have.
Yeah, that's a very empowering perspective. But let me ask, can someone be rich in human capital, yet still not see true financial freedom?
Fair point. You can be super knowledgeable and skilled, but if you don't apply that knowledge in practical ways, like by leveraging opportunities in your career or business, it might not translate into cash flow.
Right? So it's really about that transformation from potential to action. Without that, even the richest personal assets can just remain, well, untapped.
Exactly. It's a two-step process. First, invest in yourself, then take smart action with what you've learned. Your human capital becomes a gateway to financial freedom.
That's a powerful message. Build your human capital deliberately, and over time, you'll unlock the door to a life of real financial freedom.
Hey guys, if you like this content, let me know by subscribing and giving a like. Also, don't forget to comment on what you think and also what other topics you'd like to see discussed. See you next time.